Thomas Anthony Verdi. I'm the Deputy Chief of the Providence Police Department. I've been a police officer I'm into my 34th year. City of Providence and the Providence Police Department, we are the largest law enforcement agency in Rhode Island. When we're at full strength, we're close to 500. Currently, we're at 422 sworn officers, 80 civilians. We are the second largest police agency in New England. Boston is the largest. Providence is the second largest, and we are one of the oldest and most historic police departments in the United States.
Please give an overview of the work performed in your organization. What do folks do there? What is the range of possible positions?
So we are police officers. Arguably, we have the most difficult, if not the most difficult civilian job, certainly the mission to protect and serve public. It's arguably the most difficult mission of any civilian profession. Except for the military during times of war, there may not be a more important, more vital mission to perform than that of the police officer. So the City of Providence, like I said earlier, we are the largest law enforcement agency. We're over 400 sworn. We have 4 divisions. We have 61 units and bureaus. What does that mean? So we have a patrol bureau. We have detectives, major crimes, forensic crimes, cybersecurity. We have a SWAT team. We have a canine unit. We have mounted command. We're the only police department in Rhode Island that has a mounted command unit. We've had horses patrolling in the City of Providence since the 1800s. We have a cyber crimes unit. We have a drone unit, tactical unit. We are a full service law enforcement agency because we have to be. Providence is a real city. It's a mini New York. Everything you see, and those that study policing, know what's going on nationally. We have gangs. We have a crime problem, a drug problem. But it is one of the most, if not the most, the best mid-sized city in America. We have it all. We have the finest restaurants, finest hotels, best colleges and universities. CCRI plays a role. As do many others. We have over 40,000 college students that call Providence their home. We're a full-service police department.
Thank you very much. Speaking of the areas where you interact with hiring and new employees, what do you look for in new employees? What education or career field skills, but also what soft skills do you look for?
Policing is not for everyone. You have to, those that are interested, truly interested in being a police officer, he or she has to do his or her research. You have to really understand what you may be getting into. It is a remarkable career. It is one of the most rewarding professions of any profession. Teaching, nursing, law, does not matter. We help people, we impact people, we touch the lives of people each and every day. But it takes the right personality. You have right personality, mentally, physically, emotionally. You have to really want to commit to wearing a uniform, protecting and serving, performing the mission to the best of your ability. And it takes a certain type of individual. You asked about, so what skills specifically? Work ethic is invaluable. Work ethic is truly invaluable. We want upbeat, optimistic, positive people. Upbeat, optimistic, positive people. People skills are invaluable. Being able to connect with people, relate to people, communicate effectively with people, with the public, invaluable. Those soft skills, empathy, you have to be able to really understand. We have over 51 languages spoken in the city. We're a minority majority city, 51 languages spoken in the city. It is an extremely diverse city. And you will see things and experience things in life that you've read about or seen on TV, and you will actually experience firsthand. And for many, it's a great life experience. But you emotionally, physically, mentally, you have to have what it takes to be a police officer. It's not for everybody. But communication is important. Work ethic, vitally important. Education, the right education. We want the best. Every company, every profession wants the best and the brightest. What does that mean? You need the right skill sets. You have to have it here, mentally, here in your heart, those values, those character traits that really are appropriate for public service. You have to want to serve. We are public servants. We are servant leaders. You want to help. You want to help people. That's what we do mostly. We help people. We touch people's lives each and every day, and it's a great feeling. Great feeling. And then we also you watch TV, you see what's going on nationally. It's the most difficult time to be a police officer in modern times is right now. We have all the violence, the riots, the chaos. You have an anti-police environment. You have to be able to cope with that. So mentally, intellectually, emotionally, all those skills are very, very important, especially the city police.
Thank you for that. What is the job outlook for entry-level recruits in your area over the next year, as best as you can tell right now, given the current pandemic situation?
Nationally, depending upon the jurisdiction, they cannot fill the positions because of what has taken place in the last several months. I mean, there are law enforcement agencies, New York City, retiring and leaving the profession by the hundreds. Seattle, Portland, LA, Chicago, many, many urban cities where some police officers have just had enough. There are police agencies in North Carolina that, they're hiring dozens and dozens. You have a department with 250 sworn officers that are in need of 60 right now. So the outlook, if you're truly committed to being a police officer, you or he or she will be a police officer. If that person wants to be a police officer and does not have to stay in Rhode Island, that individual will be a police officer. In Rhode Island, Providence we have a class right now, so we will not put another school through for another probably 18 months to 2 years. I mean, we hire 50 officers at a time. This recruiting class, we had 1,200 applicants for 50 positions. It's extremely competitive. 1,200 applicants for 50 positions. But I strongly encourage those that are interested, do your due diligence, research what policing is all about. Now you're talking about Providence police officer, city cop. We all have the same mission, but the reality is the environment is very different. Policing in Providence is very different than policing in Portsmouth. Very, very different. You have to really understand what city policing is all about. And I strongly encourage anyone who's interested, do the research, try to participate in our internship program. We have probably the biggest internship program out of any law enforcement agency. We have college students from all over Rhode Island, sometimes out of state, but mostly we try to take care of our own in Rhode Island. Strongly encourage CCRI to contact me. And when we get through this COVID crisis, it would be a golden opportunity for the right right students to be a participant in our internship program. And as part of doing the research, one should spend 4 to 6 hours in a police car and ride along. You schedule a ride along, go through the proper channels, through you, just to me. And we do this often. We schedule ride-alongs for probably throughout the course of the year, well over 200 individuals. And we're not doing anything now because of COVID, but at some point COVID will end and we will get back to normal operations. It's an eye-opening experience. Spending a Friday night from 7 p.m. to 11, or from 11 to 3 in the morning in the city, I can tell you, speak with anyone who's participated, it's eye-opening. For some, it's life-changing.
Speaking of your own experience, what were your early experiences in this field? How did you get to where you are now?
I've always had, since I was a child, an interest in policing. However, I went to CCRI. I took a number of classes at CCRI, and then I went to URI, graduated from URI with a degree in finance and general business, and I ended up becoming a police officer. There was always an interest, and then my senior year in college, I said, I think I want to be a police officer, and I applied all over. New York, NYPD, LA, Miami, Providence. I always wanted to be a city, or at that time I said city policing. And it just so happened Providence was hiring, and I graduated in 86. I was in the academy in 86, became a police officer in 1987, March 1st, 1987.
And I just have one last question for you. Do you have any other advice for current CCRI students looking to join law enforcement in general, or even the Providence Police Department in specifically?
Do your homework. Really understand what the policing profession is all about. You don't have to major in criminal justice to be a police officer. We want people with computer skills, life skills. Computer skills are invaluable. You look, with cybersecurity and just how the world is, artificial intelligence, robotics. It's a part of the policing profession. Artificial data, we are data. Providence Police is a data-driven, intelligence-based law enforcement agency. Being able to communicate and connect with people, communicate effectively and connect with people, resonate, understand people, those soft skills that you asked me about earlier, invaluable. Education is important. Experience is just as important as education. Do your best to get experience in life, in every facet and aspect of life. Fitness, very important. You have to be mentally fit, physically fit. Those are the best police officers. You have to have the right personality and those skill sets. Those with those skill sets that understand people, can relate to people, upbeat, positive, strong work ethic, communicate effectively, truly care about people, they are your best police officers.